Okay, so we'll go down to the consent agenda. Everybody take a look at it. Do we have any discussion over it? That being said, we'll go to old business ordinance 2004.
This is the second reading on the dissolution of the Munster Redevelopment Authority. After that, it would be dissolved, but the council could in future, if they chose to, recreate it if there's an appropriate project.
Any questions over that? That being said, let's start new business, 2026 Town of Munster public meeting schedule.
Right, so this is the calendar of public meetings for all our boards and commissions. Okay, for next calendar year.
Comment? Let's move
Are
to,
we just checking, are we making the appropriate allowances for the holidays? And they ship them? Thank you.
let's go with property and liability insurance coverage renewal.
So this is our annual insurance renewal. We got the renewal coverage last week from our from Gallagher Bassett. So what you have here is an insurance renewal program with the premium, which is $860,482.38, which is an increase of 4% from last year, which is within the range that they're telling us is typical for other communities as well.
Is this a broker or is this the company? Is this the broker that shops the insurance for us? So,
Gallagher's the broker,
okay,
right? But we'd be staying with the same
company,
insurance carrier. that
where
we would
the,
work
where the deductibles and things had to be adjusted
Yeah,
to get
all
this
that.
price.
Staying the same size.
Okay.
Any other questions? With that, property and liability administrative services.
So this is tied to the
Mhm.
the previous item, to start agreement with Gallagher Bassett to administer the insurance claims that we have throughout the year. So this is a cost of $64,415.
Any questions, discussions? We'll move forward to the right-of-way license agreement.
Well, this is a license agreement with NICD that will allow us to install a fence on their property. NICD put together the license agreement, and at the end of that are attachments that you should be able to see that show the location of the fence. So this is the north side of the parking lot that's on the west parking lot, west of the train station. The fence is on the north side, indicated by that arrow on the image attached to the agreement. So it goes up, it's 360 feet and covers 1, 2, 3, 4 houses in that cul-de-sac. So this replaces the berm that was originally designed. So the agreement we have with them is they'll give us access to their property. We install the fence, we maintain the fence, and then they'll reimburse us the cost of the fence. Bob got prices from different fencing companies, and the best price he got was from Reeves Fence Services at $30,400.
Okay, and this is gonna go all the way up to just the end of the parking lot, which was agreed upon.
Right.
And then if they add on to it, which I doubt it, then we could worry about that in the future. Do we have any questions, discussion over this? Okay, approval of purchase of wireless network system.
So this is the new Wi-Fi system, the equipment for the Wi-Fi system that'll be installed by the Schooltown IT. Currently, there's a Meraki system in place that was installed by your previous vendor. Schooltown is recommending that we go with Cisco hardware. They already placed the back-end hardware, the router with Cisco. So this will be putting everything on the same platform with Cisco and give us a better updated system. The Meraki license that we have expires next month, so this needs to be purchased and installed before the Meraki licenses expire. This will be 48 wireless units that'll be installed throughout all our buildings.
Any questions? No, with that, disposal of surplus equipment.
There's, computer equipment, hard drives, that kind of thing, and we'll work with school times, be sure that they're properly destroyed.
Okay. I don't think we have questions over that, so we'll go to memorandum of understanding for purchase of the 1939 fire engine.
So
Chief?
the history with this is actually Munster's first actual purchase of a fire engine. It was sold years ago. It's been through two owners. The second owner has had it 20 years. And he is of age now that he wants to get out of the antique fire truck business. And he wants it to come back to Munster. We've done some fundraising publicly, and the association has the money. They want to make a donation to the town of Munster for the purchase of. And then the memorandum of understanding kind of came from them to say, yes, the town of Munster will accept this donation and purchase the fire truck. And that the town of Munster will license it and insure it, and it becomes back to part of the fire department's fee for historical events and parades and whatnot. This also gives us some latitude to work on that other 48 back.
Yeah.
We've always been worried about the out of service running for the parade and whatnot. This just gives us another playground.
Where will we be storing this one?
Most likely it's this station.
This one here, and we got plenty of room.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions?
Where is this truck coming from?
Um,
In the trailer, driven?
no trailer.
Yeah, who donation come from?
The Munster Firefighters Association.
Who's arranging for the trailer?
He is actually where it's being stored. It's a group of 4 people. The guy who owns the building transports fire trucks across the United States for actually vendors.
Oh,
For
great.
new fire.
So we have some mayor request.
Absolutely.
When's it coming in?
Well,
Once, about what, a month?
I would say within a month. We're gonna, because it'll come in an open. We want to try and watch the weather, the weather pattern. That was actually what the gentleman going to transport it, but it's actually.
We have a little ceremony when it comes in.
We could.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Coffee and donuts.
Coffee,
Yeah.
donuts, have people there. I think this would be a neat little event to have. Yeah, welcome home.
back.
Any other questions? And that, Chief, brings you up to the next one, the tower ladder truck purchase.
So this is kind of, it's actually been on the books for about 4 years, to be brought up this year. A few years, well, more than a few years ago, we did some painting on this apparatus because we knew we had to keep it a little longer. The history with this apparatus is it was an indie bid that we jumped on back in 2000, I think it was. It might have been even 1999. It's an American LaFrance. It's been a good apparatus, but American LaFrance unfortunately went out of business. As time has passed, these parts for this thing are getting harder and harder. It is due to be put to pasture, but we need to expedite this because of issues that we're having or have had with this. For example, the swivel for the ladder that all the hydraulics go into about 6 years ago. That leaked and it was warm. They did not have anybody to make this. So what fire service did is found the 3 people that made these things, and they subcontracted one of them guys to make it. He had the equipment, the blades and stuff to make it themselves. And the apparatus was down for 3.5 months for that one. Then also with this truck that we're looking at, I put out that I'm starting getting specs together, and They come up with this one that was passed on because of the catastrophic failure. They couldn't wait the 3 years to get this. That they had already ordered, so they bought a 6-year-old apparatus. So this one was in the queue, and it's actually from 2 years of price.
What year is it?
It will be new.
Oh,
It's in the line. So right now, it takes about 3 years for an area truck. And that time just keeps exponentially going up. This one's already in the queue. If we get the go ahead, we'll have it by January of 2027. Essentially. I'm not expecting this out in a year
when did we pay for it?
when it comes.
Okay, so we,
Yes.
and Trish, we're good with the money?
This will be happening with the 2026 bond.
Okay,
We'll close on that bond shortly before that payment will be due.
Okay.
And this would consume almost all of the 2026 bond. So other departments have been warned that they're not gonna have as much money in those bonds
2 minutes.
so that they can plan for how they're gonna start their capital project.
If I spec it out, the one price was 2.6. Back to
What would we do with the old?
So, but we will sell, no, my opinion, after what I've seen, is we're gonna sell that outright. They will give us a trade-in value of about 38,000, so we can sell it for about 150.
Okay.
Now, what happens with it? Another thing that will happen if we keep this much longer, we'll start being done ISO. And I'm real close to 2, we have 2, but you get into very rural departments that got grain elevators and stuff like that. They're not worried about their ISO rating. It's mostly farmlands, and that's who will purchase it.
Any questions?
My question would be, do we have a vehicle replacement schedule for the other vehicles within the fire department, since they're such a high cost item, that we can make sure we have a long-term budget plan for that replacement of these other vehicles?
Yeah, typically, every time we purchase a vehicle, one is ported. Apparatuses are on 20 years. In 2 years, we'll have an engine coming up to start speccing out. But yes, I will get that to you, just like I normally have in the past.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I was gonna make a comment, it's good to keep up with the equipment and replace them as needed. And unfortunately, they are what they are in terms of price. And 3-year delivery, we had that on the truck.
Yeah.
For Public Works, it was in the queue, and so I think this is a good thing to do. It's a good buy.
And it's a 25-year investment. This is the biggest piece in the fire service that we have. It's the most expensive, so that won't be off the table for at least 25 years.
And how many stories up will this handle?
Well, it's 100 foot, so depending. If 10 stories, if you can go right next to the building, it covers everything in our town.
That's good.
Any other questions? Let's move on to the 2025-26 service agreement for fuel tanks and pump inspection.
So this is the yearly service agreement with the town and B&K equipment for our fuel tanks at the Public Works Garage. They also perform the maintenance and make sure we're compliant for IDEM.
Any questions?
How often do they fill those up?
It's all to this we need.
Oh, so it's just that call.
Yeah, it's monitored.
You've got all kinds of passwords and codes and things now, right?
Is there any portals?
We're right there. Yes, we're right there, almost, yes. Yeah. We just, Mark just obtained all the numbers for all the employees. Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got cameras on
Yes,
the pumping station, so
there is a camera on the phone.
Thank you.
Local.
Yes. That makes us up for a purchase of a dump truck.
No, we're not there yet, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, the price increase for the dump truck, sure. So back in 2022, I believe, I'm sorry, I don't have my memo with me, but in 2022, during COVID, this truck was purchased. It was purchased at whatever price was negotiated at the time.
Mhm.
It was supposed to be a 2024 international dump truck, which now is a 2026 international dump truck that we received. And there's a price increase from inflation of chassis in the engine of $26,481.11.
Is that the one that was out back or is it?
No, that is not.
So it's another truck?
This was another truck that was purchased in 2022, yes.
And when's that coming in?
We already
Okay.
received it, yes.
So we just have.
We owe another $26,481.11.
Any questions?
And unfortunately, based on how things are, they passed the price increase on.
Yes, they did.
No option.
Sounds like there's-
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask that question.
That brings us to the last item, reorganization of Town Council Redevelopment Commission, appointments to boards and commissions for 2026.
So I think that, this is, Wendy has put this together. So for council, the president and vice president terms will expire December 31st, so the expectation is that you'll nominate and go again, whoever the new ones will be effective for January 1st, 2026. For the redevelopment commission, the council should be appointing who will be on it. Those terms last 1 year. Traditionally, it's the council is named as the redevelopment
Okay.
commission. But when that happens, let me be sure I read it right. The town council appoints 2 members and the current president appoints the other 3.
Okay.
So that would normally happen at that point in time. You already took care of your board of safety appointment at the last meeting. And then there's some other appointments in here, the RDA Transit Development District Steering Committee, these other appointments that you may want to.
So we gotta find somebody actually for PZA, like ASAP. Or can we do that on our January meeting?
You can do it on the January meeting, but you need to be watching your dates for when they meet, so
Yeah.
that you're sure you've got it. All the ducks in a row.
Pardon?
I think the timing, it works out okay, because your January meeting will be, what, the 5th?
Yeah.
And they will not have a BC meeting before the 5th.
No, that gives us more time to get some candidates in and look at them. I think the most important is just changing the town council makeup of the president, vice president.
And that's part of your portfolio assignments, who all
Okay,
the council members will be on which.
okay. So that's the one we really need to look at. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, I have no questions. I think the BZA and park board and portfolio, that could be done after even the last week in December. We could be meeting with people if we see some people, see some folks. We certainly don't have to make those reappointments on Monday night, the 15th.
I wouldn't do it on the 15th. I mean, we still gotta, BZA, we gotta interview some people.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think if we can just focus in on the president and the vice president of the council, I think that would be great.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, reports and announcements, State Board of Accounts financial statement audit report.
This is the audit report. We went through our regular audit with the State Board of Accounts earlier this fall. It was for 2 years, 2023 and 2024. This is the audit report that's available online. Any member of the public wants to see it. Long story short, it was a clean audit. We got the best opinion that we can get for the type of unit that we opt.
Of course we did. Thank you.
Oh,
Good job. Any questions on that? And then if we go into redevelopment, we have the consent agenda. Any questions? Other than that, do we have good of the order?
I just have, one question here. Do we know what the game plan is as far as the PA system? Any ideas?
I've been talking with Brian from School Town, and he's got a design for it. He's been trying to spec out the equipment. He's been having some difficulty getting responses from some vendors. So that's what the holdup's been.
There's a problem last night at BZA and Plan Commission, there was a limited number of mics that were working for whatever. And it was difficult to hear all the speakers in there, and I know it's kind of a hassle to put the mics out and collect them up, and I'm sure there could have been a battery problem, but you know, it was a little bit of a learning curve, I think, with that too. Not everyone's up to speed, and I'd like to see how that gets going. And then are we up doing, upgrading the TV system?
Yes, that's part of what he's putting together. So it'll be a new sound system and a new video system, new camera, and new different video stream.
Great. Great, that'll be nice. So we don't know if any anticipated dates.
No, I'll be meeting with them, I think, this week, on something else, so I could talk to them, get an update.
I appreciate it. It just helps with all the staff that comes in here and has to use it, set it up, and council meetings and everything else. It'd be nice to have it plug and play.
No, I know. Yeah, try to make it easier, so he's got a good design, it's just a matter of he's trying to price it out. for vendors.
Okay,
Anything else? Go once, going twice. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Everyone have a good night.
You're gonna need them. Just gotta get it rolled.